Alright, well, I was thinking about, right, do you know I mean, clearly you might not, but you might have looked at the episode titles. Episode 2 of season 1, it's called Tremor.
Let's get the PowerPoint up. That might help.
Basically, there's like this movie, stars like Kevin Bacon. Actually, they have loads of them now. It's like Tremors 2, Tremors 3, Tremors 4, Tremors Bloodline, Tremors Shrieker Island, something called. But like it was basically just like a giant. It was a movie about like these giant worms that like have lived under the earth, right? It's pretty good. The first one was pretty good. They do kind of go down quality. The newest one, Shrieker Island, was pretty good. But I've literally called the episode Tremor. But I don't know if you've noticed, obviously it's got the dot next to them.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take a while putting and say that stands for something.
Obviously it's referencing Tremor the movie, right?
Yeah.
But it actually means the a totally equatable movie of reference. So basically just means the on the nose movie of reference. And obviously, like, it's set in the Nevada desert. And I was just thinking, because obviously, you know, like West themes. Obviously, West is like kind of a big trope in space, right?
Yeah.
I was just thinking, do you know, like when you see these people in the bars and stuff that smash the empty bottle?
Oh yeah.
What if like someone goes to like be intimidated and actually smashes a full bottle and he's just like, oh goddamn, these the best tropes have just got Kool-Aid all over my space dick, so I used to empty the bottle.
Kool-Aid.
Space Kool-Aid.
Space Aid.
But do you know what I mean? Like, I was just thinking, because like sometimes it's cool to subvert tropes because always use empty bottle. I've never ever seen some bastards use a full bottle. Have you?
Well, I mean, like, just be wasting a drink, wouldn't it?
I know, but like, it's just a funny gag, and it's just like some like. I've actually designed the alien for it. Obviously, he'll play a part. Oh shit, in the whole thing because what's it called? There's someone in the Tremors movie who has like a proper vault full of fucking weapons and stuff to fight these worms. And that's what I'm gonna like do. He's gonna be that character in the movie. He's called something Bert Gummer. Yeah. So like, I don't know. I have an idea for the that episode. I have an idea for every episode. Literally, I'm about to like probably when this uploads and I'll edit it. I'll put up screen fucking the entire like episode count so far. This way, I don't know if you're looking. We've got episodes up to season 4.
Yes.
Which is, I think, mad that I've like, well, the pair of us have like conceptualized all these episode ideas.
Yeah, we're just missing one for season 3 and then just got all season 4 to do.
I think the season 3 ones, is it the finale one? No, that's
no,
Wake Not Quite, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a penultimate one that needs doing.
Yeah. Wake Not Quite is if you quickly go on the drive. Oh shit. I don't know if it'll be on there or you access it. I've literally made a separate file for serialization.
Oh, yeah.
And that Wake Not Quite is it's actually a really cool Australian film that got re-released and like a bit re-visualized because it kind of forgotten, but like it's a really good film. It's about like a psychedelic trip and like the mind and thingy, and I was just like, who's the perfect character for that?
Oh, put your character going.
No, Mary.
Oh, of course.
Mary. And it really like they end up going the mind of him and you find out his backstory, and it's why it relates so much to Nicholas, because if you have a little bit read of the backstory, I think his show is perfect. Mary's Morning Glory, because obviously it's a euphemism for Morning Wood, but also a morning talk show. I think that's perfect, isn't it?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, it's just if you just have a read through that, and I'll just like talk. But like, it's gonna start off with I think I call it epiphenium meth weed, and like obviously do you know Mary's giant joint?
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be the episode that like properly like features that. And they're all going on a trip, obviously. Yeah, Mary like takes more hits of it and goes into some sort of like psychedelic trance, and they have to go like rescue him from his own mind. And obviously, one of the big parts of Mary, well, not obviously, because you won't know until we watch Wake Not Quiet. But like, is his backstory and it shapes why he is. Are you just having to read through that now? And I don't even know if you've read Nicholas's backstory.
I don't know, I got the Nicholas.
Probably read Nicholas's first right now, and then read Murray's. Nicholas is quite long, but then you can see why.
Hang on, is this like a separate document?
It's in the serialization folder, isn't it?
Oh, the folder. Oh, I was looking at the one document. I remember that.
That's where for people watching this video right now, I've like plotted out all the serialization of the show, and just including a few people's backstories. This explains how poorly written character guy came to be, explains why Nicholas the way he is, and explains how Mary is, and it does answer an unanswered question about Blake. Why do you never see his parents? Because he never had any.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay, yeah, I found it. Yeah, it didn't help. I was fucking looking at the wrong thing.
But also for people who are watching our properly, like Matt and Tom from Ruffle Tickle Studios just basically doing an update about our show, Jobs Have No Boundaries, and I figured it would be a good idea just call. We're gonna call anyways, but I was just like, why not just record the call? I think it'd be a bit more interesting, you know what I mean?
And also it helps if we're fucking forgetting any ideas, we'll just go back through and watch this.
Yeah, I don't forget any ideas, mate. I've got all of them on voice notes.
I mean, actually, I've got my notebook that I made when I first started my job downstairs. I'll quickly go and grab it.
Alright, what's that? Intermission! Woo! Oh my god, was that a phone notification? Did I just break the fourth wall of this not being a web series? I really do like that line in Adina Spawn. It's just like, the one thing this show is fucking known for. Breaking the fourth wall, literally. Considering season 1 episode 4 is literally called the fourth wall paradox.
And then Nicholas just fucking yells at Blake for fucking ruining the fourth wall.
Yeah. One segment I do want you to include in that is like, do you know when I wrote it down. I was going to actually take some pictures of what you had done. I don't know if you want them still on the notepad that you got.
Oh, yeah.
I'll send them after camera, but like, as you know, when they're lip syncing to, obviously, the song in the music video. Do you remember when we were talking about how like fucking Dean's really into it because obviously Dean is born and then don't want to spoil the actual episode for the people, you know what I mean? But we know what one about. He's like probably into it. Nicholas is like, cut! And he's just like, what the fuck are you doing, Dean? Because everyone else is just doing it normally, but like Dean's so into it, and obviously we're not going to play the music whilst they're doing it because I think it just adds like a more hysterical tone when they're just like. And then it's just like awkward for the viewer, but like a funny awkward.
That's good though, 'cause like a lot of well-known comedies are awkward comedies, like The Office, The British Office.
Exactly.
Always something at the start of anyway.
By the way, guys, this is literally just the episodes we're currently working on. He's currently working on a season 3 episode. What a twat. I'm joking.
No, it's like, well, I mean, basically, like we've got the first 2 seasons pretty much planned. Well, Matt's got the first 2 seasons pretty much planned out.
And
so I was like, you know what?
Season 3.
Yeah, I'll start just putting in some like, not necessarily like serialization episodes, but just like one-offs I can chip in with.
Yeah, and we've like ultimately agreed it's probably not best writing all the scripts of episodes. We probably will, but just to have like a basic idea of what happens in the episode and stuff. But we figured it would probably be a better idea to just like obviously explain the A plot, B plot if there is one. Some episodes are not going to have a B plot or even a C plot, but you know what I mean.
It just depends on how extended
the episode is and how conceptualized, we've made it.
Like,
Obviously,
in
hopefully,
this-
one second. Hopefully, by doing stuff like this, the word about Jobs Have No Boundaries gets out. If you guys want to share it with your people, because there'll be a link to the drive, like there was, and obviously, this is probably a bit too late to plug this in now, but fuck you. The link to the drive of all Jobs Have No Boundaries content is there. If the show gets pitched and aired, you spoiled it for yourself. Not our fault, but it's up to you if you want to go check that out. But as we were saying, we're literally going to plan out all the episodes, so we'll have an idea what's going to happen in the episode, the plots and stuff, probably write them down. And some episodes, if we do feel like we're just going to write all of it, gives like a basic idea for a potential writing room, what needs to happen, and what we envision, you know what I mean?
I mean, like literally, like I've got, like, I don't know how you guys see it. I've got like, come on, bring it back a little bit. Oh my god, it's weird. Okay, I've got like a whole page of like of just lines that Nicholas is gonna say in this one episode, and I fucking wrote this at work, so I probably shouldn't have fucking written it then. But yeah, I've got just like random pages of notes and shit.
The best writers, right?
Yeah.
And the best like TV writers literally got their ideas whilst being in a menial job like ours, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is menial, but we're young, so we can go with it. Like, mate, you know how like I do these voice notes? I'd say about only 25% of the voice notes I've like done for the show have been at home. 75% of them, I'm literally sat stocking fucking pet food at Sainsbury's, and then doing a voice note, because it just comes to you then, because you're that bored, or if you're not bored at your work, but like, do you know when your mind isn't being challenged with what you're doing?
Yeah.
Your creativeness takes over. I don't know what it is, but do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like, that idea came to you at work, right? It just shot in your head, and you're like, I'm gonna just do this now, yeah. It just happens. It's mad. If you guys want to write, and you have, I mean, obviously, if your job is menial and you know you make a living from that, no offense, but if you just have an idea whilst you're at a job and you want to write it down, just write it down, because you never know, it could be golden ink.
Who knows indeed? I mean, again, it's just like, I mean, like in my job, I'm like, I wrote this, I'm gonna say like early August. It's like pretty much October now. Like I was like really bored back then. Like now I'm like actually given more responsibility and stuff. So I'm a lot more busy.
But at the same time, to be fair, mate, you're like, only recently, obviously I've been in the background, so I haven't really, me and Tom are mates, but we don't really talk about Jobs Have No Boundaries all the time. Whether I'll tell him if I've done something for it, but I'm like pretty much constantly working on it. Maybe I'll have 2 weeks break, work on it for like a week straight, 2 weeks break. But only recently that you've like really dived into Adina's Born, right? Episode 2.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
It's just, I don't know. I mean, to be fair, I've been like obviously they won't know this, but I studied film studies at GCSE. I studied TV and film at A level. So for like 4 years straight, I was used to like just doing like constant like not just like script writing, but like just like producing shit. And in the last, I finished my course back in April, so it's like almost 6 months now. I haven't really been doing much of it. I just want to get back into it. Really.
Honestly, but once you're into it, you have to kind of fight yourself to get into it. But once you're into it, you are set on a goal, aren't you? You're like, oh my god, this is. But they do say creativity strikes in the blink of an eye at any opportunity, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, like I literally fucking wrote like a whole scene, and admittedly I didn't like 2 shifts, we'll call it. But like it probably took us about like a combined 30 minutes to write. I was just typing away on the keyboard.
But then also the hardest part is keeping like the consistency of the characters within their own dialogue. But I think right now we probably nailed it for poorly written character guy, Blake, and Nicholas. The other characters right now from what I've written and what you've written, or we're going to write so far, like, haven't been truly, like, developed enough. But, oh, mate, you should read some of the plot ideas I have for the episodes, because obviously, if you guys don't know this, our schedule, like, it tells us what episodes we worked in. Obviously, it's colour coordinated with the key, isn't it? But I've written a plot for the episode, because if I don't write that plot, I'm bound to forget. But, yeah, like, one of my favourite episodes for Patrick and Dean, especially, is Game Fellas, which is a riff on Goodfellas. And that's a season 3 episode. If I'm going to be honest, I think Jobs Are No Boundaries will probably truly, like, do well in its season 2 and 3. I think that's one of the strongest ideas I've put into. Obviously, it'll be some dud episodes. I'm not going to lie. Creativity isn't consistent. But, you know.
I mean, like, usually a good TV show, its first season, like, does okay.
It just
usually,
establishes the grounds.
Yeah. And then season 2 and 3, it's where it really starts to take off. I mean, like, if you've had, like, a really good season 1, you're going to find it hard to step up in season 2 and 3, which is probably why more shows who have a good season 1 usually fucking fail afterwards.
And if they do fail, I don't know if this is the same with you, it's always in the season 2 if their season 1 was really solid.
Yeah.
And then, alright, well, I'm rewatching Big Bang Theory. I actually want to do an episode, because I watched Big Bang Theory. I want to do a whole thing on meme theory. It's like this whole social thing of how, like, news spreads, right?
Yeah.
But I want to do it on Nicholas getting cancelled for, like, spoiling the plot of a popular sitcom that consists of a bunch of drama, and he's going to say he gave that writer a memelon, which is like a little alien, right, which spreads it to intensify the drama so people were engaged. He gets cancelled. And he has to use the memelons to fix his reputation.
I'm like also incorporate, just because it's purely written character guy, right? We could just fucking make him part of the Nicholas hate gang on Twitter or some shit like that. Just because that's just a thing you would do. Like, even if in the show he usually is pretty loyal to Nicholas, he is still, like, a very, like, flamboyant, funny character.
Well, mate. After PD, obviously it's purely written character guy, wrote awards. You've seen that episode name, haven't you?
Yeah.
But obviously it's technically just PWCG. You may think he's loyal to Nicholas. I really don't want to spoil the show for people watching, but if they're really interested and they have, like, just the idea of what we're going to do, but they haven't actually got substance and stuff to put on, you'll see that purely written character guy slowly goes against Nicholas for truth that will be revealed, if you understand, when you read that Nicholas Milton backstory.
Exciting stuff. I mean, like, even so, like, I know it's completely off topic now, but, like, just going back to thinking of your good ideas, like while you're working, like, it just struck us that, like, the way I came up with this fucking boy band episode idea is because
Westlife.
Well, in my work, you're like, well, you can, like, listen to music while you're working, like as long as you're working, and you like fucking Westlife came on one of my fucking playlists, and I don't know why it just came in my head. Oh yeah, fucking the gang in JHNB in a fucking boy band. I don't know how I can do it, but
well, because you just figured it's literally in the episode. Because Westlife are like, I've never listened to them, but you said they're a pretty shit band, right?
Well,
they're not like shit. They've had the good songs, but they peaked and completely dipped.
Yeah, well, like, I think most I think that's probably a kiss for any boy band, really, isn't it? Like,
except Queen.
Well,
it's not a boy band, but like a band.
Yeah. Well, like a pop boy band who, like, dance and sing. Like they'll have their fame and then they'll just never really get it back.
I'm thinking of some right now that are, like, actually bringing back the thingy. 5 Seconds of Summer and One Republic.
I mean, I listened to their song that they did for Top Gun Maverick. I ain't worried. That's a fucking banger song.
I ain't worried right now. Do you know what annoyed me, right? This is off topic and no jokes that no boundaries related. Do you know when you see all these girls on TikTok or like Twitter and stuff creaming over Miles Teller doing that?
Oh yeah.
Have you watched Top Gun Maverick?
I have, yeah.
It's in for a second. That's it. And I don't understand.
I mean, like, I'm pretty sure, like, in the music video, it's in like a little bit longer. Like in actual film, it's fucking there for like a second. It's like
Splitting Iron's gone.
I mean, but like if I fucking Top Gun Maverick, what a fucking fantastic film.
Film of the year.
Absolutely.
Like, Jesus Christ, it was like golden, and I found it hilarious all the way through and serious. And I don't actually like Miles Teller as an actor because I've heard some dodgy stuff about him on sets and stuff. He's kind of a raggy or something. I don't know if it's true or not, but media's shaped my mind about him. But he was a really good actor in that movie. And I don't like Tom Cruise at all, by the way. I hate the fact that he's a big advocate in like Scientology and controlled his wives with that. Scientology is a bunch of bullshit, right?
Yeah. Like fucking like South Park creators fucking took the absolute piss out of Scientology on the show.
I've heard recently, I don't know, me and you obviously kind of like fell out at par with South Park after season 21. I was at season 22 with Mr. Garrison as Trump.
No, I mean, he first became Trump in season 20 because I remember like that was the whole thing with like fucking Gerald and the fucking trolls.
The only thing I liked about season 20 was the member berries. The member berries.
Yeah, I think the last one I actually watched through was season 22. Like I've not watched anything past 22.
I've heard that South Park's hit stride again, but I'm not surprised. That show like doesn't actually have a terrible season.
I mean, like
Family Guy after season 13.
Oh yeah, well, actually, no, like 15. I thought 14, 15 were alright, but like I think like after 15, it just fucking drops.
Best season of Family Guy, season 4.
Oh, son. But like I think of like shows like Family Guy and South Park. The reason why they're still relevant today is because they use like
pop culture and like whatever's going on right now. Yeah, the relevancy. I think everyone hated Family Guy after they killed Brian off and brought him back like 2 episodes later.
Yeah, like fucking like Brian's a fucking worst character in Family Guy.
I just don't like him. I think he's a dick. But I think you're supposed to not like him. I don't know. But yeah, enough about that show. Let's talk about our show. Just so you know, guys, we're not going to try and like prolong Joe's Have No Boundaries. If you look at the drive and stuff, I only want 5 seasons. Yeah, I only want to have 5 seasons to wrap up its actual overarching story. However, Tom knows the ending.
Yeah,
we talked about this on a bus ride before, and I'll just say the ending of the show could pick up a few more seasons if we wanted to. You know what I mean? But it would be very sweet to end it on season 5. Sweet and sour, I'd probably bring it back for season 6, just maybe, if we get that far.
Because
let's not toot our own horns.
Yeah, like we may not even get so far. Well, what we would do, obviously, but you know, you've got to keep like a level head about all this shit.
Just for you guys listening, God, the original Jobs Have No Boundaries was so shit. It literally started someone called Grant. I can't even remember his second name. And Ronald McDonald.
And that was even before I even knew what fucking Always Sunny in Philadelphia actually was.
Yeah, exactly. And
I had no idea.
Watched the show then either.
But I'm almost certain I fucking just said that as a joke because I wanted to have like a fucking fat guy in this show. Which is funny because we just spoke on Family Guy, but like that was I had nothing to do with Family Guy, but yeah, like I want to fuck. He probably eats a lot of fucking burgers. Let's call him fucking Ronald McDonald. Fucking like Jesus Christ.
That was when our minds were immature as fuck.
Well, like how old were they? Like 13, 14?
I'm
14
going to say 13,
Yeah. But
realistically, because that sounds like a 13-year-old's idea.
and then even still, like the updated Jobs of the Boundaries, like the actual plot that we're coming with now, like I think we were still only like 16.
Yeah, but
And even still,
compared
I'm
to
like,
what it was.
yeah.
Guys, there's actually, well, my poster, Tom rated, but would originally scripted a whole different pilot. Obviously,
Oh,
the
yeah.
pilot we have now, the plot's so like basic, but that's literally in the synopsis of the episode. It's like Blake fucks up pet food, good plot, my ass. We're aware of the basic plot, but it just sets up the characters. But
I mean, compared to the OG pilot, it's a lot more action based.
a lot more action based and more sci-fi based. There's barely fuck all sci-fi or thingy.
I think there was like nothing sci-fi. I think the only sci-fi thing in the OG pilot was fucking Nicholas's car.
Nicholas, no, it was Blake nearly hit him with the car outside his office, right?
Yeah.
And then like the outro gag was Nicholas using like some giant like punching machine to punch Blake's car and break mess. Fuck me, Jesus Christ! It's came a long way from guys, and it's still coming a long way. But
I mean, like,
we have a grasp of what we want to achieve.
I mean, like, I just said to you, I think it was yesterday, that at the time we didn't really know how we wanted to really write the show, but now we do.
Now we do. Obviously, the writing of the show is going to change as seasons progresses because me and Tom were talking about relatability with the characters, and obviously it would be boring for the whole 5 seasons of the show, hopefully. To just Nicholas to be a narcissistic asshole. We will see characters progress and change. Jesus Christ, this is sounding like fucking Rick and Morty. It's always gonna get that hate, isn't it?
Yeah, like to be fair, like if the show ever does take off, I'm gonna just be like, oh, it's Rick and Morty ripoff. Kinda. It's inspired. Well, actually no. It's not. It's just really inspired by it. That's probably the best way to put it.
Well, look at this.
Oh, jeez, Rick.
Morty.
Oh yes. Speaking of Rick and Morty, I'm so you get there was season 6.
All right. Well, I've watched all 4 episodes so far of season 6, right?
Yeah.
And all I can say right now is 2 of the episodes have been like really hit and miss with people. Like Beffic Twin Instinct, I'm just gonna spoil the plot for you right now. It's not really the plot; it's just the most controversial thing of it, right?
Yeah.
Beth falls in love with Space Beth and they have a bunch of sex and stuff. But so far, right?
Yeah.
First 4 episodes, especially, the opening Solarix episode 1 is so law based, mate. It's unreal. It's such a good episode. But so far, season 6 has already topped. I'm trying to think of which is worse out the 2, season 4 or 5. I'm probably gonna say season 4 is my least favorite.
Yeah.
It had some good episodes, but Claw and Harder, or even Rick Dependence Spray with the giant sperm. That's a funny gag though. It is funny, right?
Yeah.
With the horse machine, but the incest baby at the end.
Oh,
That was a bad call.
Yeah.
Especially in America.
Yeah. No, that was even before the whole fucking thing, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah. Well,
I
I'm
would
saying America's full of incest babies and stuff, but like
just like the
values of Americans may not find it as funny because obviously there's some incestual problems. Not to say that we don't probably have incestual problems over in the UK, but there's not any light shed on it as much as there.
No, like I think obviously you're gonna, like, for example, like if you live where we live and you say that that's someone from like Middlesbrough or some shit like that, it's fucking interesting. Like as like click of like regional rivalry. But like in America, it's actual statistics.
Not to say we don't love America. We love your food. That's about it. That's about it on TV. We do like some Americans.
It's just like Canada's fucking got all the good things in America and everything else. It's good.
Yeah. Canada, cannot wait to put my life savings as a little a vacation lodge now and there. And then Tom's going to join us.
Yeah, like, well, we're going to go in the winter when it's snowy. I'm going to summer when it's nice and warm. It's
Going to a writer's retreat?
Exactly. I mean, like Queen, that she just make my mic. And when Queen, Queen wrote their last album in Switzerland. But well, it was mostly to get Freddie away from the press. But like apart from that, like it was just like something like Nice and Peaceful, where they just focus on writing. I mean, like even I think when they wrote Bohemian Rhapsody, like properly, like they fucking went to some fucking farm in the middle of nowhere.
And it's just mad that one of the record dealers thought Bohemian Rhapsody would be a flop. You can kind of get where he's coming from because the lyrics just have no sense at all, but the actual tune and everything is just so good. And that actually speaks as God, right. I was listening to the radio today whilst I was putting down some flooring, right?
Yeah.
After work. And they were talking about how We Will Rock You was made, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, the people had no idea it was literally, like, a foot in the thing. And I thought it was, like, John Tyler doing the drums and stuff. I thought everyone knew it was literally them in the studio going. That's what you can hear.
Well, I mean, do you feel like he probably did do it on the drum sometimes?
Yeah, but, like, obviously with, like, the bass drops and stuff, but that's not the point. Like, even then, it just reminded us, like, they put We Will Rock You on the radio, right? And it just made us think, for Jobs Have No Boundaries, let's turn the circle back around to the show. We went on a fucking, like, 10-minute tangent. As always happens with me and Thomas.
Yeah.
I was thinking, right, do you know what the raffle ticket does? You guys have no idea, but you will if you even read Number One Conundrum. I want Nicholas, right, just in a future thingy, he needs some space from Blake, or, like, even in Cognizant Disruptus, the second episode of season 2, he just opens a raffle ticket door, yeah? And you can literally just hear Live Aid, and then he just goes, you don't see anything, all you hear him go is this, just say, and then closes the door, because, you know, like, the atmosphere at Live Aid was just on another level. Obviously, fucking me and Thomas being little Gen Z babies, we never got to experience any Queen in person. Oh, with Freddie Mercury, let's just say. You never saw Queen.
I mean, like even my dad only saw Queen once.
Even then, though, I'm so jealous. I don't know about you.
I mean, like, well, I mean, to be fair, like, it probably didn't help that he was born like after they formed, obviously. But like, I mean, but like, yeah, he was on the last ever tour with Freddie. He was there, so
that's mad, isn't it?
But I mean, like, just like fucking like imagine like you were at Live Aid, like at the time you're like, oh my god, this is gonna be so cool. But like now, like almost 40 years later, you're like, oh yeah, I was there. Probably the best concert of all time.
Best 20 minutes ever. And it's crazy to think how much Live Aid is talked about. And obviously, when you think of Live Aid, you don't think of any other people performing there. It was Queen.
Yeah.
Stop.
Like,
and they were only there for 20 minutes.
Like literally, like if Queen had done like if Queen either weren't there or done like a pretty standard set, like nobody would fucking talk about Live Aid as much as what they do.
But when did Queen ever really do a standard set?
It's true. Like my dad always says, like even with Queen and whether it's Adam Lambert, Paul Rodgers, whoever the fucking front man is, like their music live is so much better than studio.
Also, just We Will Rock You. Like, they're also talking about how that they formed it. Like, they have a, what do you call it again when the audience can join in? Let's just say a collaborative song, right, with the audience, because obviously the audience can go dun dun. Shh. That's common knowledge, right? Or are we just like Queen enthusiasts?
Well, I mean, like usually, I think before I saw the film, like I always used to think it was either a clap and then foot stamp, not the other way around.
Yeah. How did we go on a tangent again? Intermission.
Could that?
All right, we're gonna just like try and bring up some jokes on No Boundaries thing. This won't be included.
Here's another thing. Do you feel like I also wrote down for this boy band episode like the 8 steps on how to be a boy band. I do. I'm just hoping that someone else out there just agrees with what I've written, just because, in my opinion, like what I've seen, like from starting like fucking like new Kids on the Block in the 1980s until One Direction 6 years ago, the pattern's all the same. Every single boy band, I'm thinking, how the fuck is it always seem like fucking NSYNC, fucking Justin Timberlake just leaves.
Yeah.
Same One Direction, same Michael leaves. Like, you know, like there's always at least one member who leaves before the band actually splits up. I mean, even actually fucking Little Mix, fucking what's his name? Shit, who left?
How am I supposed to know that?
Well, Jessie, that's who it was. She left, and then the fucking band like split up, not long after. So it's just a common trend.
You know, also I think helps. Just the thing, sex sells.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Always will, because every human's a horn dog.
Like as soon as the second you hit puberty, or literally fucking sex is gonna be on a part of your brain for the rest of your life. Well, I was actually maybe going to retired, maybe not. I even so. I don't know. It depends.
Maybe once you've properly settled down in life, stable job, family.
Well, I mean, even then, fucking men are so it's mostly men. Women are usually more reserved about it, I would imagine. But men, I say men are sort of fucking horny is horny. The correct word to use for the.
Let's just call it toxic masculinity.
Yeah, that's probably a better word to use.
I'm sorry, Andrew Tate, don't hurt me.
Well, he's fucking banned on every single social media, so you can't really.
Yeah, we're not going to include some of the tangents we just talked about there, because we don't want to get cancelled like Nicholas will be.
Ooh. Spoiler.
And do you know what's also mad? Obviously, we've talked about just on a bunch of... Actually, alright, let's probably put this at the start of the episode. So far, first three seasons of the show, minus their penultimate for season 3, all have an episode. Not fully written, but basic. In the basic and simple sex, they've been conceptualized. Yep.
Yeah, episode name and a one-line plot.
A one-line plot with many of mine having a bunch of voice notes to listen to.
I mean, once we finish doing this, video or podcast, whatever it's going to be, I'm probably going to start writing the next scene of Dina's Born.
And I'm going to help them. Because why not? We're a team. But yeah, alright, so right now, pair of us are both writing an episode, whilst I am simultaneously, I don't know if you saw, started Instagram, made the character introduction video for the channel, uploaded the intro song. Actually, 1 second. Let's play the intro song.
Oh.
We're just going to have to pretend we're listening to it right now. Come on, dance along.
Yeah, shout out to him Beak for making our house top notch.
As soon as I can, I'll probably buy the copyright.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to the people that person who actually designed the characters.
Yeah, he was fucking ill when he did that. So shout out to him.
He did take his time with it, and he was willing to actually refund me for the time he took, because it did take a while to do it, in all honesty. But no, I thought you'd done such a good job. I was like, no, I don't want the money back. You've done what I wanted you to do. Actually, for you guys, the only character that had to get some retweaks properly. Well, I was talking to him. Terry got his humanoid form, and I changed up a little bit of the design he originally pitched to us because it was, you saw it, didn't you?
Yeah.
It was way more like curvy than it should have been.
Yeah.
But even after the final delivery, I went out my way to change Nicholas up a bit for the better.
Yeah, like,
because Nicholas is not that old.
Yeah, like you changed his like you dyed his hair blonde.
Put what do you call it? The Just Have No Boundaries planet stitch on his pocket and changed up some of his clothing palette, the color palette.
Yeah, because like Nicholas and Blake, like although it's like not really gonna be like canon or whatever, like they are like roughly like similar in age.
Nicholas is definitely older, but
Oh yeah,
literally probably by a 5-year gap, if that.
yeah.
But it's really hard to give Blake an age because of the story.
Like from his design, you can probably guess like at the very least, at least mid-20s.
Mid-20s, Nicholas is probably late 20s, maybe 31, 32.
Well, I mean, I do feel like I think if Blake didn't have his like facial hair, well, I think quotations because like it's barely facial hair.
He can look
you
20.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, I do feel like if the video version of this ever gets fucking released, you'll see I've got a fucking full beard. I'm only 18, but
no, mate. When this comes out, it's literally just going to show. It's pretty much just going to be what it is now of us on Discord with some editing and stuff to get rid of like some stuff. This is the way I wanted to do it. I didn't want to just have audio, right? Because I think the video brings home more thing, and when we're like quotating and stuff, and I'm going and stuff, it makes it a bit more interactive for the people listening.
yeah.
But yeah, to sum it up, because we've kind of went on for a long time now, to be in all honesty, and we do need to get back to doing some Just Have No Boundary content. Fuck you guys, you wasted my time. I love you guys. We are Just Have No Boundaries isn't dead, even if the YouTube channel is right now, but it won't be soon after this. We're currently working on it. We both have lives, so it does get in the way, but we're not letting it get in the way right now. I've never let it get in the way personally. But yeah, so like, it's life. Never going to be able to fully dedicate everything to it, because that means technically quitting our jobs, not getting money, not being able to afford stuff for the show and stuff like that.
It's just a dumb move.
Yeah, so every person who's trying to pitch a show, like for example Dan Harmon, Justin Roiland, Rick and Morty. Fucking hell, why am I making the line between Rick and Morty and Just Have No Boundaries so blurred? But they would have had jobs and stuff before they actually sat down and done everything. And to be fair, there is a similar trait between the pilots of Rick and Morty and Just Have No Boundaries. They were both written. Rick and Morty, I don't know if you know this, Thomas. Rick and Morty's pilot was written in 6 hours.
Jesus.
And I don't know if you remember, I wrote Just Have No Boundaries pilot in one evening.
You did.
Because I basically looked at what it was and I was like, I didn't really start from the fucking scratch, didn't I?
Yeah, you like.
And without doing that, though, I don't think we would have gotten the theme and like charm of the show. I don't know. What do you call it? God, every time I fucking record, I lose my words. Theme.
I'll think of theme. To be fair.
The theme. Yeah. I'm just trying to think of the characters. Tone. Tone's probably a better word. Couldn't get the tone across without us improvising it because of, well, improvising, improving upon the original pilot, which was not a bad pilot, but it was like bog standards quality.
Yeah, it was like a really like meh.
But that's because we had at the time we were like, I think we literally just wrote the whole thing based upon the character name Nicholas Milton and Blake Adams, and that was pretty much it. And that's the way she went. But now we've just developed it a bit further. I've done the pilot, built a bit of the world. Probably my favourite creation. I've already said this before. Purely character guy.
Oh yeah, we had like our Discord server, which is fucking like 6 fucking feet under at this point. But like even like the people who like join that, even from like just like by reading the pilot, they love Putty written character guy.
And you've read through 4/4 Paradox with us, didn't you?
Yeah, we did.
And Purely written character guy, any episode he's in is charmful.
Yeah,
Because he's just so stupid.
He just does the maddest shit like you can possibly think of.
He's just a fun character, and I don't think he's probably the most original character on telly. But I decided when I was talking to you about this, wasn't I? When we were on that walk, probably 2 years ago, over 2 years ago now, right? It was June 2020. No, 2021.
No.
A year and a couple of months. We used to go on our walks and talk about Just Have No Boundaries every Wednesday. And sometimes we had been off college. But yeah, I was just like, I want a character. Because obviously, to be meta, you break the fourth wall and TV and stuff. But what about a character who literally pretty much is the fourth wall? It was as simple as that. I don't think we'll have much more to talk about. In our next version of whatever this is, interactive video, just basically watching us run on, talk about a bunch of absolute rat-ass shit. And the show. I'm not calling the show rat-ass shit. But, yeah, we'll have more ideas to talk about, because obviously, in between this and then, it'll probably be like maybe another month and a half, I don't know. We'll came up with more ideas. I would have fleshed out more. He would have fleshed out more. Translate that one another. Then do this again. But with that said, I've enjoyed this. I thought this was this was improvised today to do all this. That's why we're not in the same room. But I think it's better that way.
Yeah.
You get to see into both our lives. You get to see the epileptic seizure that is my setup. I'm just going to quickly... Oh, I kicked the camera. There's myself. You might get a migraine. Oh, look. There's my Breaking Bad stickers.
I mean, I mean, like I've got a fucking better setup that at work than I fucking do at home.
That's because you're not splashing your cash. I've spent too much on mine, literally too much. And
I mean, like really, like what I need really is just like a second monitor, and even then I don't really need one. So
yeah, but fucking hell, went on another tangent. That basically wraps up this video. We enjoyed basically just improvising this whole thing. Clearly, there was no structure to this at all, except the overlapping thingy, which is Jobs Have No Boundaries, our show. If you guys like this, share it with your friends, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. You're not going to get a notification for a couple of months. It's up to you, though. If you want to see the show, see the light of day, we do appreciate it. Let us know if you have any ideas and stuff, and we will consider them. I've been Matt.
I've been Tom.
And now fuck off.